Being in charge of your life sounds good, and in most situations it can be. But for some people, the desire to exert total control can become overwhelming. Fear of uncertainty may be the source of the desire for control. The inability to accept uncertainty may be linked to a continuous desire or need for control. You might be attempting to provide a sense of security and predictability by making every component of scenario under your control. Knowing where the propensity originates can be useful as you strive to control that demand for control. Let's talk about more reasons you may feel the need to always be in control. 1. Traumatic experiences. A traumatic past can have a significant effect on many facets of your life. It could also lead to a strong desire for control. Any incident that significantly harms a person physically, emotionally, or psychologically qualifies as a traumatic event, according to a broad definition. Living with trauma may cause you to fall victim to cognitive biases like catastrophizing, which is when you automatically anticipate the worst in any situation. Additionally, you might be overly cautious, which makes uncertainty quite upsetting. A condition of enhanced attention known as hypervigilance causes you to constantly examine your surroundings in anticipation of danger. You can begin instinctively attempting to shield yourself from going through trauma, again by trying to control everything. 2. Childhood experiences. How you view the world might be influenced by the environment you were raised in. Having unstable family dynamics as a child, where it was challenging to predict what would happen next, is one scenario where controlling tendencies may develop as a coping mechanism. Your relationships and habits as an adult may be impacted by growing up with parents who struggled with alcohol or other drug abuse. Children in this setting frequently encounter unanticipated circumstances. They might have a strong desire to exert total control as adults. Growing up with emotionally distant caregivers may also make it necessary for you to exert control over your interactions with others in an effort to obtain validation and reassurance. For instance, domineering relationships and unreliable primary caregivers are both associated with anxious attachment types. 3. Fear of abandonment. Fear of abandonment is the overwhelming but unwarranted fear that people you love will leave you physically and/or emotionally. Many people experience this type of anxiety without even knowing it. Some characteristics that this type of thinking produces are reluctance to fully commit, cutting people off quickly and becoming emotionally numb, hypersensitivity to criticism, seeking constant validation, and more. You could feel the need to exert control over your relationships and love partners as a result of this dread. 4. Anxiety and personality disorders. According to research published in 2020 trusted source, people who suffer from anxiety problems frequently find it difficult to deal with uncertainty. For instance, if you suffer from social anxiety disorder, you could feel the need to prepare for every aspect of social situations. You can feel very angry if these arrangements are changed at the last minute. When you have generalized anxiety disorder, you could anticipate potential triggers and engage in regulating behaviors as a result. Some individuals with narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, may also exhibit controlling traits, such as the use of deceit to influence events in their favor. In an effort to calm their concerns and anxieties, some people may feel a strong desire to control everything. 5. Learned behaviors. Feeling the need to control things can occasionally have nothing to do with a medical issue. If you constantly saw and experienced dominating behaviors when you were younger, you may have a propensity towards them. For instance, following these behaviors as an adult may result from having a parent who micromanaged you or watched everything you did or ate. Maybe repeating these actions gives you comfort, or maybe you think that's how things should be handled. You may also relate having control in some circumstances to having compassion for others. Excessive control can overwhelm a person's resources and impact their quality of life. It is important to recognize this and fix it if any of this resonates. Like this video and subscribe to our channel for tips on how to overcome challenges like these and more.